Hello, Dale Majors here, and today I really want to do a deep dive into goal setting, especially as you make your goals for the new year. And goal setting shouldn't be a requirement or something just to do at the new year. I really think that goal setting is most effective in helping us become more motivated. So a lot of times, and let me reword that, I think it helps us become more engaged. So if we see that we're not engaged in a certain area of life, then I would recommend that you try, as the medicine for that, for engagement, to create goals around that. And I teach a formula that I call the H.A.T.S model, and I've got a couple things today that I've actually added to it based on some experience and some conversations I had with an 11-year-old. So there you go. It's going to be amazing. It's really helpful. In my mastermind group right now, we're going through all of this goal setting. Again, it's the first month that we spend going through goal setting. And I've had a lot of insights. It's very fresh in my mind. So stay tuned, and we're going to do a deep dive into goal setting. So for goal setting, to get more engaged, I use the H.A.T.S model. And H.A.T.S, as you can see, is hope, achievable outcomes, tactics, and specifics. And I'm actually just adding right now OS, H.A.T.S operating system, but the OS means something. OS, the O is obstacles, and S is solutions. So if you really want to get clear around how to make a change in your life, then as you go through putting these different perspectives on. So let me tell you why I call it H.A.T.S, right? This is no different. This is very similar. It's my model that I basically took and stole and copied from everywhere else in the world. Brian Tracy talks about how start with your big values and your dream and your aim. Marc Benioff of Salesforce.com has the V2 Mom. Your values and your vision and your mission and your obstacles and whatever. So they all talk about this idea of instead of just saying, I want to run a marathon, that's not a goal. That's more in my model, it's the achievable outcome. So the idea with hats is that we put on a different hat, physical hat I'm talking about, right? For bald people to protect themselves from the sun. You put on a hat and you think, okay, how would a person wearing this hat, one's a sombrero, a little goofier, how are they gonna think about that? How is the person wearing the cycling cap gonna think about that? How's the person wearing the baseball cap gonna think about it? But I have different profiles for these. So the actual outcome is more of the goal setter, the achievable outcome. The goal setter, or hope, is the dreamer, or tactics is the pathfinder. You think about problems in a specific way, and I guarantee those that you work well with and those other people that you work well with probably think of problems differently. So if you take a problem to someone that you work with a lot and you say, here's what I'm thinking of doing, they're probably going to apply a different perspective. And that's what we get with the H.A.T.S model. So when we think about the hope and the dream of someone that is going to run a marathon, they don't really, no one wakes up and says, I would love to suffer for 4 hours and hurt for a couple months because I didn't train enough and have pain in my body. Other words known as a marathon, right? People don't wake up thinking that. They think, man, I really want to do something hard and awesome, and I want to prove to myself that I can do hard things. I want to check that off and do something amazing. So a marathon fits that bill. The hope is to do something amazing and to stretch themselves. The vehicle, the achievable outcome, is to run a marathon. So let's say that that's it. The tactics, so you have your hope. I want to do something amazing that really shows that I can do hard things. And then you think achievable outcome. Well, let's run a marathon. Great. Then you go down to tactics. What are the tactics you're going to use? Well, you're going to run, train. You're going to hire a coach. You're going to change your diet. You're going to whatever else, right? What are those things? So what about specifics? You're going to run 3 times a week. You're going to hire a coach and you're going to follow his plan exactly. you're going to get on a diet regimen, and you're going to follow that every day. You detail specifically how you're going to do it. And here's where we get to the OS. What are the obstacles that could get in your way for each of those tactics? So you say, so if I'm writing this down, I'm going to put do something hard, and then I'm going to put the goal, run a marathon, and then I'm going to put the tactic, run, and then go over every day, and then go over on the obstacles. Sometimes I'm tired and I don't feel like running. Well, you are going to make sure, an obstacle is sometimes you're tired of not getting running. You go over even further and you talk about solutions. I'm going to plan every evening so I can, on the training days, so I can be free and clear to go to bed at least an hour earlier so I can get enough sleep. And then whatever else, what other solutions you have all the answers, but you want to run through a framework. So with whatever problem you're trying to solve, you're going to think about the obstacles that you have, and you're going to think about all the solutions that you could apply to that obstacle. And then when it comes down to it, you know what you're going to do. One of the solutions I have for eating junk food is dark chocolate. I like dark chocolate. If I'm eating tons of sweets and cookies, dark chocolate doesn't taste all that great. But when I'm eating clean, dark chocolate tastes amazing. So dark chocolate is, man, what if I really want to eat sweets? I buy a bar of dark chocolate, and I always have dark chocolate there. So when I'm tempted to eat more sweets, I eat dark chocolate. So with whatever problem you're going through, where you're strategizing how you can solve a problem, then think about, run it through the H.A.T.S model and the OS, the obstacles and solutions, and you're going to be much more likely to get it done. A lot of times there's confusion around, is that a goal or is that an actual outcome? Oh, is that a tactic? Okay, this or that. That's okay. It'll be confusing. In a lot of my goals, sometimes I'm saying, oh, that's actually more of a tactic than a goal. But thinking about it that way, goals quantifiable. A tactic is something that you do. Going running every day is not a goal. I have a goal to go running every day. That's not a good enough goal. Why do you want to go running every day? What's going to get you out of bed to go running every day if it's not attached to a goal and a hope? And you very well could. There's plenty of people that just do that and they go running every day. But I think you're much more likely to go running every single day if it's attached to, I want to be so fit that I can do a 5K drop of the hat. I can get out and play sports with my kids. I can go water skiing and not be super sore. I can go on a long hike. Well, okay, great. That's what I want. Man, those are my hopes. That's my dream. What are the goals? Well, the goal is that I maintain my weight in a good place and that I maintain myself physically able to do those things. Perfect. What are the tactics? I go running every day. Perfect. Specifically, I go running at least a mile every day. As we build it out and make it more comprehensive, we're much more likely to stick with it and go with it. So I really hope that helps. If you have any questions about this, about the H.A.T.S model, then hit me up in the comments and I'd love to answer. But as you take your goals a lot more seriously and deliberately, instead of just saying, I'm going to go work out every day, you're going to be much more likely to get it done. So there's our little H.A.T.S update. Hope it's helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.